On this week's episode of the Superhero Show, we'll find out how many times Ryan says one punch when the Taste Buds review One Piece, if Daryl Dixon finally shows his wee-wee, and if Doc Ock rocks his cock while Spidey knocks his block and turns him into chalk on Spider-Man the Animated Series. All of that and more on an all-new episode of the Superhero Show. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Superhero Show, the only show on the internet that reviews every single live-action television show based on a comic book, as well as some of the animated ones. My name is Cassie, and I will be your host for this episode. I cannot do this alone, though, and that's good because I have a couple friends here to help me out. First of all, Ryan, welcome.
Hey, Cassie, I'm here, and I know that it's a lot of responsibility that you asked me to come out here and be like the television analyst, the comic book expert, like the English lit guy, the film guy. Like, I talk about how characters work, how stories are written, but to be the animal expert is a lot for me. But I did bring out this tarantula tonight.
What? Why would you bring that out?
I just think he's a fuzzy, friendly guy. He looks like a peach.
He's a nightmare, and you know the rule we have in this studio. There's no fucking monsters allowed in this place.
I think the audience, and we can all hear them cheer, wants you to put him on your shoulder.
No, that little bitch can stay far away from me. He needs to get out of the studio right now.
He does have fangs, and they are poisonous, but I think he should go on your shoulder.
No, I think he should be put in the trash can.
Are you scared? Because he can sense being scared, and that makes him bite hard.
That makes him bite extra hard when he senses fear?
Uh-huh.
Well, nope, I'm a big, brave girl, but get it far away from me.
Okay. He does not like how you're weak, and he is...
Did he tell you that?
Yes.
Did he fucking tell you that?
He is yelping up a strongly worded comment about you right now.
Where did you find this little bitch tarantula?
I found him in the dumpster.
It's a dumpster tarantula you brought in here?
Yes. And he's not a fan of you. He's just giving you 1 star.
1 star?
No, wait, hold on.
I've never...
Hold on. 2 stars. He gave
Okay.
you 2 stars.
Okay, I'll take it.
Is that the most amount of stars you've ever gotten from a tarantula?
Yeah, now it's a compliment. 1 star, I was insulted, but 2 star from a tarantula? I kind of like him now. We're kind of friends.
Unfortunately, Cassie, this podcast has 3 stars. Caitlin is here. That's a segue.
Yeah. So I truly think we have 4 stars, though, because this new Rancho is my friend. But we have not given them a name yet. Does the Rancho have a name?
I think Rancho.
Rancho the Rancho?
Terra?
Terra?
What do you think of Terra? Terror?
Terra.
Terrora.
Terrarium.
Yeah, little terrarium over there.
How about Icky Sticky Wiki?
It's icky.
It's so icky.
How about this? We will name him when he sits on Cassie's shoulder.
No, it cannot happen. I can't accept that yet.
Caitlin,
I know.
can he sit on your shoulder?
No. But he can have a name.
What, can he sit on your shoulder?
Sure.
Okay, well, big brave boy over
Oh
here.
wow!
Just put a rancho on him.
Now since you have a Rancho on you, you gotta name him.
Devin.
Devin.
I feel like he must have whispered it into your ear. It's so perfect.
I want to be Devin.
I'm Devin.
Why am I so turned on right now?
Because you got a Rancho in your ear.
You know that common thing. I'm glad you do have this friend because we're down Mike, but at least you have Devin here to keep you company and be your friend.
Wait, kill Cassie and Caitlin? No.
No.
Devin, I could never.
Devin, 2 stars. What happened? Also, is that 2 stars just like as a person? Like upon seeing me, I'm a 2-star person?
He said person and personality, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. I'll take it.
Also, he said the hotel that you run? Do you have do you run a hotel and did not tell us?
You don't. That's between me and Devin. That's our side gig.
He said the Cassie bed and breakfast. Mm-hmm. Is that a
And did he? It might not be, but did he mention anything about the cinnamon rolls that are offered there?
He said that they're covered in dog hair.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then he might know what I run. He might know about it.
Okay.
But I'm not here to talk about side hustles, guys. We're not grinding right now, okay? We're just talking about comic book shows. We're gonna talk about The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. We're gonna get into some Spider-Man, but before we get to all of that, One Piece. Based on a 1997 manga, with manga being a sequential art form and therefore comics, One Piece's entire first season debuted at the end of August and was an instant hit, taking place in a fantasy world where the oceans are battled over by the Marines and various pirate crews. The show focuses on the Straw Hat Pirates, led by Monkey D. Luffy, who as a child ate a devil fruit that made him stretchy. The Straw Hat Pirates are on the search for the One Piece, a secret treasure that will make him king of the pirates. Taste buds, I ask you this. In today's landscape, where every week offers more and more CGI-filled fantasy wonderlands and crazy characters, does One Piece have enough new ideas to stand out?
I would argue that it throws too many ideas in one, and it's so wild that I just can't keep up.
They are throwing, like, it seems the idea is almost cool.
That sounded like a compliment, Cassie.
Yeah. I'm with Cassie. It's on the edge of cool, but then it also is so I can't get into it.
Like, they have the perfect, like, we always love the freak of the week or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this is your pirate battle of the week. Like, you're different. You're going up against a different
clown, cook, whatever type of pirate. Right.
And you get their little bounty. You get more about them. And that's a fun setup. But my God, they throw a lot at you in each episode.
I think that I was hooked once the bad guy, don't remember which one, is like, oh, my phone is ringing. And it's also my pet snail that I have to feed once I answer my phone. I'm in, bro. This show was amazing. This is the first time. This show was amazing.
Amazing.
This show was amazing. This is the first time that not only do we have a manga that has been done correctly on TV, but this is the first time Netflix has got it right. Fuck Lock and Key. Fuck Umbrella Academy.
Mary?
This is the first time that
Marry and kill.
This is the first time that a show has moved at a correct pace where I'm actually interested and I want to see what happens while also enjoying what is going on screen.
You didn't think the episodes were too long? Like, I get, like, it was moving, like, each week there was something big happening, and that was good. But the episodes were, like 30 minutes, I feel like would have been ideal.
Yeah. That's what I felt like. It was like a little bit too long, but there was plenty packed in that episode, but slightly too long.
I didn't think so because there was enough ideas and there was enough drama. Like, there's enough, like, backstabbing or fighting. Like, they really focused on how the fights went down, so that kept me engaged. And there was enough, like, he's my grandfather? She's calling in somebody else that, like, she's not on the team, or is she, or part of the crew? There was enough of all of that instead of being Surf Dracula, which so many of these Netflix shows are, where it's not all these Netflix shows are like it's the entire season before Dracula even gets his surfboard.
There was, like, I get, like, Lock and Key suffers with this a lot, where there's, like, 3 whole episodes where it feels like you don't need this. This one, I felt like there was, like, at least 2 where we're like, I feel like we could have combined some of these characters, like, into one.
We stayed too long at the rich lady's house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And she is weak, and the cook or not the cook, but the butler is the bad guy. I got it.
Yeah.
But
that one, the bad guys in that one, the Black Cat crew, I couldn't stand. Like, that one was a rough one for me.
But overall, I think that it moves at a quick enough pace. And honestly, I think it all comes down to Monkey D. Luffy. And I think that this performance, although it's a little betrayed by the younger performance, because when they show him as a kid, he's just a normal kid.
Yeah.
And when they show him as an adult,
he got into a pile of cocaine.
He's
And
like those nostrils have seen some shit.
yeah.
But once those nostrils have ignited, I loved it. Like, he's so weird, and he's just like, what? Hello.
We have different opinions on that.
No, dude. And your opinion is wrong.
Oh, wow.
It's too, like, imagine having that in your life. When you were like, I can't be friends with, is it Megan? I've now blanked on her name. Madison from the one Marvel one. But like,
Loki, I think.
She-Hulk.
Oh, She-Hulk.
But like, you can't have that type of person in your life. That constantly, like, that voice, that, like, he just screams constantly.
He's alive!
Like, Madison's a woo girl, and that gets to be a lot. And now he is like a
This is being said by Cassie, whose two best friends are Caitlin and Ryan. So let's take this with a grain of salt.
I feel like there's a difference, though. This is like, it's anime, but it's like real people anime, and I get that's what it's trying to do, but at the same time, it's not like, it's too much.
Well, I wonder if that's the dividing line, because I have no, frame of reference with anime or manga, right? Like, I have read no manga. I have almost no frame of reference with anime. Like, the anime that I've seen is either, Studio Ghibli. Basically, that's it. I've seen Akira. That's kind of it. And so, like, the wildness of... I haven't seen an episode of Pokemon. I haven't seen a part of Pokemon.
Oh, my God.
And so all of that is lost on me. And so when this gets wild, I'm like, wow, this is so new to me. This is so fresh. And so when Monkey or Luffy goes like, gum gum, rockets, I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Each time he has to scream something different.
I'm gonna do that from now on in everything I do. Gum gum, brush teeth, and then I'm just gonna brush my teeth. Isn't that a cool way to live life?
It's a way.
Gum Gum Podcast. I'm podcasting right now.
You got to podcast extra hard now.
And now you got to punch it with your extra long arms.
I think that you guys could, let me just say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys took a stinky position towards this show.
I did. Okay,
I
did.
For you to get over it.
At the very beginning, I did. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch it with open mind. Started the first episode, like the first week we were going to cover it. And I was like, this is not my speed, even after that.
Yeah, I tried to come. I did come with stank attitude, 100%. And then I took a little bath this morning, and I was like, accept one piece into your heart. It's gonna be okay. And then that motherfucker came on screen and kept screaming at me nonstop, and I was like, I can't. And then he kept doing, like, it's a mix of like the Supergirl thing where it's always just like, I'll find a way. I'll talk to them. It's about friendship. Here are my friends. They're great. Like, it's just nonstop of like.
That stuff gets old, but to me, the thing that really hit, the thing that I really loved about this show in the Supergirl format is don't give up on your dreams. Like, when you're a kid, you're a kid all the way. And I think that like, no, I won't stop being a pirate. No, I won't, Mom, stop being a liberal. I will always be a liberal, Mom. Shut the fuck up. And I think that's the thing that the show did well. What is, for both of you, a character that actually did work? Was it Three Sword Man?
God, Three Sword Man. But God, he was the one. I was doing okay accepting it into my heart. And then I had to watch this motherfucker walk around with 3 goddamn swords and try to look cool as 3 fucking swords are hitting everybody as he's just trying to exist. And they're all like, ding, 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 ding. And he can't even move about the world properly because he's got 3 goddamn swords. And then there's a big playoff of like, you don't even know how I use the third one. He puts it in his mouth. His teeth would fucking break. The moment he stood, they were like, he put it in his mouth and then he went to chop that dude. I was like, it's out of your mouth. I've tried to put a dog bone on my mouth. That's just falling out so fucking quick. Fuck that guy.
You know what I would have loved is like just him walking around in like a what's it called?
Cosplay?
Cost Plus World. What's that store?
Costco?
Sure, a Costco. And just like every time he turns around, he's just knocking shit off of shelves.
And they did it for one episode when he couldn't sit in the booth. Is the only time they drew attention to it. But he can't exist in the world with 3 swords. And then he's got 3 swords on his ear.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Little earring represents.
Oh, Zorro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it sucks because like, if you take out that part of it, his character is okay. He gets a little played out like Diego from Umbrella Academy, where it's just
Right.
always like, give me a drink. And just like, that's who he is. But then they give him more depth to that.
And then he gets another foil at the end with the cook.
Yeah.
Like, there's another guy like, no,
constantly.
I hate you.
Sanji.
Yeah.
Sanji.
I think.
That's the cook, yeah.
Well, what
Yeah.
about the map maker?
Nami.
Nami.
She tolerable?
Nami's tolerable to me. I'm fine with Nami. I get like it was a lot to constantly have her be like, I'll betray them at any moment. You're like, you're not gonna fucking betray him. You're always
Yeah.
gonna come back. But like for the most part, I was okay with her.
They also have that thing of like, well, we're never gonna be a crew. Like we're not
Yeah.
your crew. Like we all know that you're gonna become.
You
a
guys are
crew.
getting matching tattoos by season 3.
Caitlin, who was the most tolerable? Who was your favorite?
That's such a hard question. I think Sanji probably was the cook. I hated the story about eating the foot. That was disgusting.
Do you think he ate the toes? Do you think he went feet first or like meat, like calf first?
Zeph and him were stuck on an island or whatever, and they had to survive in the middle of the ocean. And so Zeph gave all the food to baby Sanji, and then he ate his own foot in order to survive. And gross. Hated it. Hated so much of that. But I do like Sanji as a character afterwards. And I think it's because he hits with his foot really hard.
My favorite
That he has.
character was the son of the Marine, like the guy with the blonde hair.
Oh, with
I just loved him. I related to him the most.
the Marines
They're the
are
Marines.
so confusing to me.
Okay, yeah, because
Well,
the
if you've
hat
never
that
met
they're
a Marine,
wearing.
then they're not that
No, I get that part, but why are they animals?
Yeah, I didn't understand their little hats. Like there was just so many parts that pulled me out. I was like, why are we have whiskers?
Okay,
What?
that guy though, the fact that they chose perfect casting on this motherfucker. This guy is straight 909 trash. Like this guy with his little soul patch and then the hood that goes into that. Like I know that motherfucker, and he rides dirt bikes 24/7, and he'll have a Four Loko in one hand and then Bramp Bramp in the other. Like fuck that guy.
Oh, you guys like coffee? What I do is like pint glass, half for Loco, half Code Red.
That's how I get my day started. But I don't like. There's no explanation for why they're all like each Marine lead is an animal, and I could use an explanation on that because
I don't want any explanation, Cassie. It's just
do.
fucking craziness.
I do. I have a question about. Okay, what really drove me insane was a lot of the camera angles. And that's them trying to bring the anime over, but there were so many times when like a fight would be happening and I'm looking at floor. Like I'm not even seeing action, I'm seeing dirt. And I don't know what the artistic choice is there. And then there's one time with the main shark dude, Arlo.
Arlo.
And there's like we're staring at him in the camera, and for no reason the camera keeps flashing while he does like it's like he's taking different poses with the camera each time.
Yes, that annoyed the shit out of me.
And there's no reason.
It's like they redid the shot over and over and over again. And I was
Yeah.
like, is this turning a page? Like, what are we trying to represent here? It's just really distracting
I
me.
thought they did such a good job of not annoying me. I don't know. Like I was so nervous that like it wouldn't translate, and I thought it did such a good job.
I think for people who really like the anime, especially, this probably is like a dream to have because it seems like it was very true to the anime. I don't know much about it, like a lot about it, but I know that it seems like it followed.
I think I'm just going to, not on the podcast because I'm a professional, but off air from here on out, I'm only going to talk to Cassie as if I was Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh no.
Go, Cassie!
It was hard, and I get like they probably didn't like it's hard when you work with a kid actor. There's sometimes where you could see it, but you could see these are two different fucking like entire characters. Like the little kid is just like, I'm a pirate, I'm a normal kid who wants to be a pirate, and then there's Luffy who like I don't know what fucking happened to this guy in between.
The older guy.
Cocaine.
The older guy was great.
Yeah.
On cocaine, but great.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the 70s, movie of the year's working on 1973 right now. That's how you're a good actor. Cocaine. The little kid was whatever. Although he did say, I need a scar because I'm gonna be a pirate. Cut himself just below the eye, and then say, "Oh, you almost hit your eye." And he was like, "I know, I missed."
I was aiming for it.
For my eye. That's fucking badass.
You got fucking the fact that he always wants to eat, and that is always a joke we will go to no matter what. I can't, Ryan. I can't.
And the meet between him and his grandpa. It's like, oh, I should have known that. I should have known that that was his grandpa because they both love meat so much. It's like, what? What?
It's throwing some wild things at
And the
us.
fact that his grandpa came in and it was fucking the general from My Adventures with Superman. I could not see that come in.
Was it really?
It was Lois Lane's dad.
Okay,
No way.
young Sanji was Sweet Tooth.
No way.
Yes, young Sanji is Sweet Tooth.
This is blowing my mind.
Yeah, that one that was one of my
That
notes
one,
here.
now that you say it, I can see it. That's insane.
I flipped out. I was like, I know him.
I know.
I think that's why
on him.
Sanji's my favorite because he was young Sweet Tooth.
Is there a bad guy that stuck out to you, Ryan? Like one of their storylines that you really enjoyed?
Of all the bad guys, which one struck
Or is
out
there-
to me? Was it Deke from Agents of
Yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, I figured.
What's his name? Bloopy? Blupsy?
Buggy?
Buggy. The guy who... And, like, again, this is based on a manga, which
Yeah.
I guess is not a real comic book, even though it's sequential, panelized storytelling. Even though there's a large amount of superhero or superpowers in this show, almost everybody has them.
Are they superpowers or are they just fucked up little traits that you get from eating a fucked up little fruit? That water takes away, Ryan. Water. Why?
Luffy's power...
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Luffy's power is that he is stretchy and Buggy,
Buggy, I think.
he can move his body parts all over the place.
Yeah.
And Deke here as a psycho clown. We've seen the psycho clown trope
Yeah.
a time or two, but he is killing it here.
There was the first episode I was like iffy on it, and then the second one it had Bugsy on it, and I was like, okay,
Buggy.
Buggy. I was like, I gotta give it a shot because the internet was saying like there was so many posts about like, are you confused why you're attracted to this fucked up clown? And I was like, I gotta see what the internet's about on this. And like you could see, like he was good at it. He committed to it. He had like the full fucked up persona, everything about him. Like he was probably the most entertaining bad guy, even though he was annoying.
I also liked Miranda. No, Charlotte. No,
The first one, that
was it Miranda or Charlotte or Cat? What was the first pirate? At the
Oh,
beginning, who got her butt kicked off the boat.
yeah, I want to say like Avalon or something like that.
Sure, Avalon. They came together at the end to. So yeah, I think season 2 is going to be awesome, guys. I cannot wait to watch it.
God, that's insane. You're insane, Ryan. But I'm glad you will continue this on. And you now know the base. We now know what's happening in One Piece, and I think that's the biggest thing for us.
I think I'm going to start back and read all 3,000 issues of the manga.
And then gonna watch all 1,000 episodes of
1,000 episodes of the TV series.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it. Do you got a moment of the week?
Oh shit! My moment of the week is, of course, when we find out that Luffy is stretchy, and he's like, "I'm stretchy." It's just like it's an all-time performance.
That's insane that you think it's an all-time performance.
I think he's going like we have the shush. It's the end of the year. We have the shushies coming up. He's gonna win Best Actor.
I will lose my goddamn mind. He wins Best Actor.
Gum gum.
All he has to do is smile and scream and do a mountain of cocaine before he...
Yes. What do you think acting is, Cassie? You're so outside of Hollywood. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. My moment of the week is I don't even know. Caitlin?
I can go. Mine is when we're getting Nami's backstory and we find out that she grew up and just eating tangerines because they had like tangerines around their house, and she was poor, and she steals a book, and her mom gets mad at her for stealing a book, and then she goes, "I hate being poor," and just like throws a fit about being poor, and that was actually my moment of the week. I really like that. I was
You
like,
also
really-
hate being
I
poor?
also hate being poor,
Yeah.
so I was like, I connect with this. This is great.
I love seeing me on the screen.
I love seeing me.
My moment of the week is when Sword Boy Zoro Demon, he's got like 8 names, goes against the warlord guy. And at first he takes out a tiny sword, but then that warlord guy destroys 2 of his swords, so now he's down to 1 sword like a reasonable human being. Moment of the week when he can exist like a normal human being. One Piece is on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Let us know what you thought about it. If you're on Ryan's train of it was perfect and beautiful and Luffy is can do no wrong, go ahead and email us.
Email.
Oh, we.
God
oh my
damn
God.
it, Ryan.
Why does he have to? No, never mind. Never mind that.
That is all the time we have to talk about One Piece. I do have time to talk about a website, though. Ryan,
Yeah.
any website ideas hanging out in your head there that you want to share?
Yes, there has been so much time given to biceps, triceps,
Yeah.
quads,
Yeah. So,
quadriceps, back iotomies,
yep.
foregrounds,
So important.
gluteus maximuses. Of course, there is the hydrogrounds, the foregrounds. Don't skip a foreground day. There is the butt munches.
Love those butt munches.
Gotta love a butt munch. But no, everyone knows that you have a sword for your right hand, a sword for your left hand. But you got a big toe and you got a buddy toe.
Hey,
That-
you got a big toe?
You got a big toe, you got a buddy toe. That buddy toe is your second toe.
The one right next to it.
The one right next to it, that's the buddy toe, obviously.
Obviously.
okay.
I just wanted to clarify for others.
And is that buddy toe, what is that buddy toe for, if not for joining up with your big toe and holding the sword? And if you join up on my website, bigtoebuddytoe.com, you can hold a sword between those two toes, and you can have 4 swords.
Now, you're like training the people on how to do this? Or
Every
like,
Yeah.
toe is a buddy toe. Then wow, I like that.
Well, shit, that's
that's a lot of swords
Yeah.
now if you're
swords.
working
That's
with
seven
that.
swords.
Wow.
Swords. Yeah, so, I mean, imagine a cartwheel, how deadly that is.
Wow.
Somebody comes in your house, they have a gun. Oh, shit, sorry, I have a cartwheel. Now you're dead.
I need these lessons.
Sure you do. And for a monthly subscription of $199.95,
Yeah,
That's
such
like
a good deal.
you can have these. I can train your toes. Let your toes do the talking, is what we say.
Wow.
No.
And we'll do the walk-in. Is that what? Yeah, okay.
Are
cool.
you providing swords for the people?
Well, you
or?
do have to buy. You have to buy your own swords,
Okay.
but we'll teach your
Fair.
toes how to hold the swords.
And
How
it's
to
just
grip.
kind of like, is it like a WikiHow thing? Like you guys you're just like putting up like photos
Well,
of
it's not
like.
a wiki how.
Oh, sorry. I mean like a more advanced, more
Yeah, no,
impressive.
there's videos about how like your toes will hold the sword.
Okay. Okay.
And also, we'll teach your toes how to, like, if you lose your hands, but you need to make quotation marks in the air, we'll teach you how to make your toes do the quotation marks in the air.
Wow.
Now I'm on board. Now
Yeah.
I got it.
I feel like that's step one before you start grabbing that sword.
Also, it's not just swords. Like, do you have 2 swords and 2 nunchucks, but you don't know how to use them all?
Oh.
Throw those nunchucks on your toes. They'll spin.
You give the nunchucks to the toes.
Yeah. Do you say nunchucks?
Nunchucks.
Okay. Yeah. Put those in your toes. They'll figure it out.
End of sentence. Put those in your toes.
And hey, you don't even have to do anything. If the robber comes in and you're just sitting on the couch with 2 nunchucks in between your toes, they're probably gonna leave. They're probably gonna be like,
probably gonna-
Whoa.
wrong house. I think that I need to leave."
Well, Ryan, you're doing good work out there for the community.
Lord's work.
Yeah, some would say the Lord's work of nunchucks and toes. So I'm going to send you over to my friend cybersprout.net.
Sure.
Because they're on the same page with you. They're all about security. They handle maintenance, backup, speed optimization. They work hand in hand with you. They focus on collaboration. They got easy to edit fields, so you can drop a picture of a foot holding a sword. Just drop that right in there. Cybersprout.net, your partner for a digital world. Coming up next, it's the pull list. We are back for the pull list where we talk about all the other shows we watched this week. First show, last show, only show of this week is The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon.
On episode 2 of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, we learned that Laurent, the young boy that Daryl saved from the religious group, was born after his mother turned into a walker. Daryl then befriends orphans who later save him from a Texan, RJ Gaines. Taste buds, I ask you this. With so many young characters introduced, do you smell another spinoff, or is that just me?
I smell something.
No.
Did you guys last week? Did you bring up Last of Us?
No.
And The Mandalorian,
No, but
and how every show is this now.
that's
Just adopting little kids?
Yeah, just like let's
Yeah.
grab a little kid, take
Yeah.
a little journey.
just literally reading all of this. That's all I was thinking of. I was like, this is The Last of Us. Even with the Walker like being Laurent's mom, basically, it's like, oh, he's probably has a cure. That's why the religious group probably wanted him. And it's like Last of Us, check. Daddy, Mandalorian, check.
There's a formula now that everybody thought was like, I don't know, they all got it at the same time and said, throw it out there.
We have daddy issues. Let's cure it.
The internets want daddies. Give them daddies.
Give them the daddies that they've always wanted.
I think you guys think that you're making fun of network executives, but you're actually exactly sounding like what they sound like.
I'm also saying exactly what I want, though, because I'm fine with these daddies, truly. Someone fix me, and it's those daddies. It's really just Pedro Pascal, though.
Yeah, I don't know if...
You don't want a wee wee daddy?
I
Like
don't know if Rome...
Paris?
Reedus. Norman Reedus.
Oh, okay. Daryl in Paris?
Yeah.
Roman Rotus, is that what you thought his name was?
Roman Rotus. I was thinking of Roman from Fast and Furious.
As you always are.
He's the true daddy.
My daddy, but this is the other daddy. I don't know if he's got full daddy potential. I know they like him as like a dirty, nasty boy, but I don't know if he's a daddy boy.
Well, I mean, like, do you remember all the things that Peter Gallagher would say in the OC? Right? So think about the things that Norman Reedus has said in The Walking Dead. Things like... or... so, those memorable quotes. Does Norman Reedus have the same dialogue writer as the zombies?
Yeah.
The writers are on strike, so like they only can do so much.
Oh no! Here at The Walking Dead, we're fine. We don't need dialogue writers at all.
We always just had the keyboard kind of stuck on a letter and threw it out there. Well, if you want to watch it, it's Sundays on AMC.
We loved it.
We loved it.
Yeah, it was really
You should
good.
love it,
I love
yeah.
it.
2 thumbs up for that. That's it for the pull list, guys. Let's go talk about Spider-Man. Welcome to Estaz, Bitch, a mini show within a show where we take an in-depth, episode-by-episode look at Fox's seminal and underrated early morning cartoon from the mid-90s, Spider-Man. This week we watched episode 5 on Disney+. It's called Dr. Octopus, Armed and Dangerous. And guys, before we even get into this, I wanted to discuss that title. Fucking rad.
Dr. Octopus, :
Colin.
Armed and Dangerous.
And first of all, we have something in common, me and Dr. Octopus, because my colon also armed.
Locked and loaded 24/7.
I haven't been focusing on the titles as much, but this is the one that made me realize I got to focus in on these. They're doing some things here. They know what they're about. But the episode does start with Spider-Man. He's on a train because we're switching up the scenery, I guess. We're not doing New York buildings.
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
You said
Cassie,
it, Ryan.
you finished that as if it was the poetry of your people.
Snaps, Ryan. That and the hamster dance do connect to
Oh, yes.
but he's on a train. He's getting ready for a date with not Mary Jane.
It's
Felicia.
Felicia.
Who I'm so sorry I missed last week, so I'm going to bring up a lot of stuff from last week.
Oh, please
But,
do, yeah.
You guys talked about Mary Jane as this. You were talking about hamster. Is this a human hamster, Mary Jane?
Yeah.
Who just worked out and talked on the phone at
Yep.
a nonstop rate.
Yeah,
Wild.
just like another cocaine person.
Yeah. Does Mary Jane just crush Ritalin with a boot, snort it, and then get on the horn? Be like, "Hey, Peter, what's up?"
I'm balancing my taxes, I'm exercising, and I'm calling you. What's up? Yeah, and Felicia is more just rich.
But Mary Jane's forgotten at this point.
Forgotten. I don't even know, like, I thought Mary Jane was the first date in a while, and now we don't know the timeline of dates that are happening for him here. But now it's Felicia.
Which we've met Felicia before.
We
Yeah.
have, but like, is this the kind of Peter that you want? Just like
Jumping
juggling
around?
girls.
Honestly, this one is from the start an asshole, so
Yeah, this fits for him, honestly. This tracks.
this is the fuckboy one, and he's here
This
showing
is
it.
fuckboy. Yeah, fuckboy deadbeat dad. Like he has to take a lesson from Pedro Pascal and apparently Daryl Dixon too. How to be daddy.
Dad. Wow, we're
Yes.
already going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got some type of child out there that he doesn't know about.
All right, baby, I'm gonna web you right here into this building, and then move on.
Probably ate him. That's what spiders do, right?
We get this brief moment of we see he's going dating, and then we cut to there's metal arms taking out the cameras of the where Felicia lives, which is this mansion, of course.
She lives in a fucking mansion.
Compound.
A compound, yeah. Which Peter's like, he took the train to get there and then walked to this house.
That's how far away
Like a
from
poor.
the city she lives.
Yeah.
Is that he had to take a train to get to the compound, which is like, it's not just rich, it's like billionaire rich.
Yeah. He like has to ring the little gate. The gate lets him in, and then a security guard in a golf cart picks him up so he can get to the door. Like, that's the level we're working with here.
He gets to the door and he says, "Should I have worn a new shirt?" You like a different shirt from the one you've been wearing since episode 1?
Since
you
the-
fucking disgusting piece of shit.
One in your closet is yeah. But then we do see metal arms taking out the little cameras all over the facility, and it's like, who could that be, guys?
It's such a confusing mystery.
It's like metal
No
arms.
idea who
Is
that
it
is.
Venom?
It maybe is
Is
Venom.
it Carnage?
It's maybe
Is
the
it
spiders
Doomsday?
again.
Superman's villain?
And they're not taking out just the cameras, they're also taking Felicia. Felicia straight up gets kidnapped by these metal arms. And we see the person, but we just don't know who it is yet.
We see that person, and then Peter, as just Peter, goes and like, oh no, stop. And gets like slapped by one of the arms and is passed out.
I love how the arms crushed camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and then the fourth one picks Peter up and just slaps the shit out of him.
Yes.
There's always one arm to slap. So they get taken, and then for some reason, and the FBI gets involved.
Yeah.
To get the details, the FBI comes to the house because why not? They're rich. Is
Yeah.
that why the FBI is involved?
Yeah, they mentioned multiple times that they were indeed FBI. This is not just
Yeah.
police. This is FBI.
Which I think only deals with like murders.
And most of their job involves helping Felicia Hardy's mom into a chair.
yeah,
Yeah.
like just
Please don't faint onto the floor, my lady. Here's a chair.
Lady.
And Peter says, like, there were 4 metallic arms. And they're like, 4. Peter, 1 metallic arm? Maybe. 2, probably. 3, sure. 4, absolutely not.
shut the fuck up.
You stupid bitch. You stupid
Get
idiot.
a different shirt, you little bitch. But the FBI is like, hey, she was taken for ransom. And that's when we find out it's Doc Ock because they have all these details on him, apparently. Oh, no, they're like, hey, she was taken for ransom. And she was like, I bet it's Doc Ock. I did this guy dirty before. And he
Did
fucking
cut his
hates me.
funding.
He kind of lives for science. And then I was like, here, go do science. But also, I'm going to take that science away from you. Fuck you.
I know that it's like your entire reason for living. And you're a psychopath, but fuck you.
But-
I'm going to cut that funding.
But it's taking too long. Fuck your science.
And then when Peter hears his name, he's like, oh, I know that guy. He ran my science camp as a child.
Flashback to science camp, Peter Parker. Science camp. Did you guys go to science camp?
Well, Cassie, obviously, by the way that I talk, you know that I spent 17 years in science camp.
I wasn't sure if it was science or like Shakespeare or writing camp for you,
I
you know?
spent many years in camps. A whole assortment of camps.
Variety, a cornucopia of camps.
And this fucking idiot bitch, Peter Parker, the first thing that we see is he pours a beaker into a jar. And it explodes. Of course it's going to explode,
Whenever
Peter.
you pour a beaker into a jar, it'll explode.
If you pour a beaker of purple into a jar of blue, it's going to explode.
You stupid idiot. But Doc Ock is just like a guy who loves science, so he's nice to him. He says some shit about like, I don't know, keep up with science or whatever.
Yeah,
And
like, thank you for not making fun of my haircut.
yeah, he's got an insane accent.
And haircut. My God.
He went to the barber and he was like, maybe you look like a mushroom cloud.
I think it
For
looked
science.
I love science. Did you notice?
We then cut to the news station, and Jameson is sending out a message to Doc Ock on the news because, again, rich people can use these resources.
On J3.
On J3, Jameson himself is like, listen up.
I think that's the first time we hear the name of the network, or is that just me?
No, it's the first time it stuck out to me, but I don't know.
J3, J. Jonah Jameson. I was like, oh. That one hit for me.
And he just walks on like he can do whenever he wants. He's like, "Hey, personal message."
It's your boy. I'm at the desk. I have important shit to tell you guys. He's given a message, and then there's a phone call that comes live on air, and they're like, "Hey," everybody comes to like consult with him. They're like, "Hey, you got to keep him on the line."
Keep him on the line because that's the only way. And he's like, "I've seen police movies before."
Which, honestly, out of all of like, I feel like that's a fairy boss thing to do. Like, like an actual boss. And I'm like, oh, God.
He was like, and they're like, "You're going to have to be cool with him. Remember, there's a live person up for ransom here." And everybody's like, "Yeah, Jameson could be a cool guy."
There's 8 billion people on the planet, let's say.
Yeah.
All of them would be better on this phone call than Jameson. Like, he would be the last person to put on this phone.
It clearly starts to go wrong. It out of nowhere, honestly. It just takes a turn of him screaming at this guy.
Because, like, Otto picks up the phone. He's like, "Hello." And J. Jonah's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit."
Let me talk to her. Is she okay?
Just screaming, and they're just like, yeah, we could have seen this. Yeah, we all knew this. What happened?
Peter's on the sidelines going like, I feel like we could have seen this happening.
He goes, J. Jonah Jameson, great communicator. As all this shit is actually going down, I'm like, oh my God, Peter, come on, Peter.
I can't, like, this all goes up. He's like, "Hey, you know what, you little bitch, bring me the ransom yourself, Jameson. Come by yourself." So Jameson, he sees his moment to shine. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the hero. I'll take this."
Well, he strokes his Adolf mustache. He's like, "Wow, I should definitely do this by myself."
So he goes, he obviously gets captured. Spider-Man shows up, and Jameson's immediately like, "Fuck you. I don't need you, you little bitch."
Do you guys love men? Don't you guys love men in the way that they always act?
I love how quickly people hate Spider-Man in this universe.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen people turn so quick on a Spider-Man. As, like, they'll literally be like, "You saved my child," and the very next day be like, "Fuck this guy."
I'd rather die than be saved by you.
I was existing and you came in I just even looked at you and I want to fucking punch you in the face.
People will have newborn babies burning in a building.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Get away from my newborn baby, Spider-Man.
Do not ever
I'd rather
touch
have
him."
them burn."
Does feel very New York, though.
So they get in a little scuffle. Is this the point where he starts trying to stick him to the, like, rocket or some shit?
Well, all sorts of, like, levers get pulled.
Yeah.
There's magnets. There's rockets. We're in a warehouse where all of the inventions that have ever been invented are there. And so magnets and rockets are everywhere.
It's just a lot of science going on.
Yeah.
It goes...
And Dr. Octopus loves science.
He fucking loves that shit.
He ran a science camp, Ryan. For children.
This is like the first showdown. It goes bad for Spider-Man. I feel like he just like leaves, goes out the window or some shit, and then he
gets like he gets tossed out the window and
shit.
into the water.
Tossed.
Gets tossed, and he's like, "I'm gonna come back. I'm not quitting." And he swims as fast as he can, which apparently is not fucking fast enough. Because when he gets back into that hangar, it's empty, and Doc Ock and Felicia and J. Jonah Jameson are all gone.
Yeah, when he gets back, he says, "Usually it's the spider that traps the fly, not the octopus that traps the spider." Yes, Peter.
goddamn
Like,
it.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
All right,
dude,
Peter.
for sure.
Good
Right.
one, buddy. Like, you should not have said that thought out loud.
You remember when I said people instantly turn on him, but then I remember it's him, and I also instantly turn on him. Like,
You, as an audience member, are like, "Fuck you, don't save my baby. I hate you, Spider-Man."
I want to throw rotten fruit at him as soon as he's on screen. But then when he just goes back to his house and he kind of talks himself up in the mirror, he's like, "You know what? Maybe Spider-Man sits this one out. Maybe this is one for your boy."
Did you guys notice something? When he's in the mirror, he does this thing. I know you guys do it. Don't deny it. He pulls his mask off, and it's just his face. And then he contorts his face in like a smile to make himself look handsome.
Yeah.
Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, "Oh, that's ugly." And then you make yourself
Work
look,
it a bit.
Yeah. But like you got to make yourself look better in the mirror. And he's like, "Well, hello, Mr. Handsome guy."
Kind of weaks at himself. He's
Yeah,
like, "This is a one for Peter." So I don't know. Peter starts talking to him on the phone. At another time, he calls again, I guess, and Peter's like, "Give me the phone," and everybody's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Oh no, Peter goes to the FBI and's like, "I'm gonna help you guys."
Oh yeah.
Peter's
And they're
like,
like, no, you can't. But should he? Okay.
and then they put on the spot because Otto calls and he's like, "I will pick up the phone," and they let fucking Peter pick up the phone. The FBI's just like, "Sure, pick it up."
And he's like, "Hey, it's Peter. You remember you taught me science before. You're my hero." Starts just really like sucking his dick on the phone.
He's like, "I've read all your books," and then he's like, "Do you remember this book?" He's like, "That's not your book. You never read that." He's like, "That was a test."
It's like, "That's a test. Come down and see my machine and bring me money." So now Peter's the one on money. He goes down there. And he like shows him the cash. He's like, "Great. Now let me show you the machine." And he's like, "Wait, don't we need to worry about these live people who were held ransom?" And he's like, "No, come check out my machine first. I want to show you what I've been working on." And they just go check it out.
This machine has
fusion
buttons
technology
and a couple of levers. And it is, of course, a glowing ball with
Obviously.
like lightning. You know, like not lightning, but like the little electricity sparks that go around.
Yeah.
Important works of electricity.
Yeah, that's how you know it's serious. It's got power.
Right.
It's a big thing. And then he's kind of explaining his thing, and you realize he just wants the world to be like more energy efficient. And you're kind of like, hold on, is this a bad guy? For a second there, he was just like, we don't need to use the nuclear plants. Like one of these guys is worth all of their electricity. And I was like, okay, this is pretty rad science.
So I don't see anything bad right now.
I don't got anything bad here.
Why did we cut his funding?
But then
It's because of the German accent, though.
yeah,
He sounds weird.
Yeah.
he sounds weird.
Sounds weird. He didn't have enough money to be safe. Isn't that sad?
So
Anyways.
sad.
That when he said that, like just going way back, I was like, oh, that's
I
sad.
know. There's always this time where you're like, you know what? You could be an okay guy.
You could be fine. We
But
could be good.
He's a fucking monster.
Now he's a
He
monster.
wants more cash. He was like, Spider-Man's like, let these people go. He's like, no, I want more money now. I have all the power. I know how this works. Bring me more money.
Also, if Spider-Man had just asked how much more money, Dr. Octopus would have been like, I need $7 more. That was it.
Yeah.
And then
But
that could have been
Spider-Man
it.
I need
never asked.
$250 actually. I need $250 to ride the bus over here.
And then he goes to, Doc Ock goes to his famous move, which is throwing a person out the window.
Yep. So now Spider-Man has gone out the window, but now Peter Parker has gone out the window.
Like just a man was thrown out a window. And
Dude,
then
it, like that, you know, that classic question of like, if you could have one superpower, what would you pick? I
Yeah.
would pick yeeting a person
Yeeting.
out of a window. I would
it's-
do it constantly.
the power to eat.
and it's a difference of just like kind of, you know, like barely throwing them out. Like these people are like so effortlessly flung out into the universe. Like it's perfect.
Very good.
Throw people out of the window constantly.
Constantly. So he flies out the window, this human being, and then surprisingly Spider-Man shows up like 10 seconds later. Crazy how that works. They get in a little fight. This is when Spider-Man's like, I see a magnet. He's got metal arms. Let's do something here. But for some reason, the magnet is also attached to a rocket. And once the rocket gets in a certain spot, there's some craziness
At
happening
this
here.
point, we're in a video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like get Doc Ock to stop fighting you and also save the people before they get
Bring
blasted.
him here and then hit
Yeah.
this button.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
But you know, between all of this, Spider-Man finds a way. He gets Doc Ock stuck to the magnet. He throws the little like ball thing at him.
He's like, you know what he loves more than anything? Science. So Peter picks up the big ball, the glowing ball.
And then Doc Ock starts making these noises that I have never heard before. He's just like, he gets sucked up by the magnet and he's like, "Brr, brr," and then I don't know what he's doing.
Well, I mean, like, what sound would you make when you're getting sucked up by a magnet? I hate that I asked you that. Fuck off. But there's a countdown going because of the rocket. Spider-Man saves Felicia and Jameson just in time.
But he saves Felicia and Jameson, but he puts Felicia in his arm, and then he grabs Jameson by the ankle.
Yes, he does.
Could have put him somewhere else, but he grabs him by the ankle on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
He makes sure to make him as uncomfortable as possible.
Oh yeah, he was like, well, I mean, when you get a chance to like dangle your boss and
Yeah.
like swing him around, you got to take that. And he does. So he saves them. Then like Felicia's like, oh my God, Spider-Man, you're the greatest. Wait, Peter, who's just a human being, was flung out a window. I should go check on him. Runs to him.
Do you guys think that Felicia's going to fall in love with Spider-Man instead of Peter?
I mean, he's the more, well, they're both fucking annoying, honestly. I don't know. But yeah, she would go for Spider-Man over him. But he's like, oh no, Spider-Man has to instantly dip. Then he just kind of yeets himself out a window to go be Peter.
Yes, the way that he throws his own body out a window so he can perfectly fall.
It's like when you put a video in reverse, like the way he just kind of like flees
I
backwards.
guarantee you that they used old animation for that part. Spider-Man is yeeted out of so many windows in this episode.
And it's because budgets.
Budgets. So Felicia finds him, immediately asks for another date. He's like, we didn't really get this one. We then cut to Doc Ock in prison, just kind of talking to himself and laughing. And that's our episode.
I wanted to explain that, like, this is why Doc Ock is a great character and why the Beast is a terrible character, is because it's like similar dialogue, but the Doc always like screams it and says it really loud.
Yeah.
The Beast is quiet about it, and it's still annoying, but Doc Ock says the same words, but is like, about it. That's what makes him amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Beast is always like cited in MLA format. And,
Right.
like,
Exactly.
this guy's just screaming
Comic
it
Sans.
out there. Yeah. But that is the end of the episode, so let's go to our awards. First one is most 90s thing. Ryan, what do you got for it?
Oh, it is for sure Doc Ock saying, I'll fax him the instructions.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, really? You big bad villain? You're going to dial in the fax number?
I so much joy when I heard they were talking about his plans. He's like, I'll fax you the instructions. I was like, fuck, is that how they had to do ransoms back in the day? You had to wait by a fax machine and be like, here are my terms. That is what I have. Caitlin, is that what?
God, that's what I had to.
Yeah. Ryan, since that was the obvious one and you got it first, you know what? I'm giving you 6 whole points, Ryan.
Yeah.
6 points for Ryan. Our next one is best web zinger. Caitlin, what do you got for it?
Mine, I'm giving this to actually Felicia rather than Spider-Man because she had the one that really killed me. She's been tied up this whole time, this whole episode, right? And she's been with Doc Ock, and Peter is fighting him. He's fighting all these arms, and she makes the comment that Doc Ock has so many arms that it reminds her of Flash Thompson. All those hands.
Reminds me of Flash, all hands. The lines they throw in here, I'm like, I'm sorry, what now?
It like hit, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh, a truly wild time. Ryan, what do you got?
I have when does this compound apply for statehood?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he saw it and instantly had to make these little comments.
Because
Like, money.
property is as big as a state, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a whole area code for it. It's like its own thing. One of the ones I have is, I think somebody calls Doc Ock 6-armed squid when they know his name is Dr. Octopus.
That's Jameson.
Oh, when he's on the phone with him, huh? It's just so savage to be like, the dude's name is like has octopus in it and you call him a squid. So fucking good.
I thought that's where we were going to lose Doc Ock, but I think there was one thing after that made him actually lose it.
I am gonna give that one to Caitlin though, because it was one of them that I had written down. And Caitlin, you're gonna get 5 points for that. Our next one is Kung Fu Grip, aka Best Use of Power. Ryan, what do you got?
Oh, it's Doc Ock picking up Spider-Man and yeeting him through the window, out of the warehouse, into the river. Just Spider-Man is gone. He's just out.
It's like a blind look too. Like he just knows where the window's at and just flings.
And guys, we are recording this in sunny California, where the water is clean. That's not true, but that river that he threw him in is disgusting. Like,
nasty.
Spider-Man had to clean that costume thousands of times to get it wearable again. That's like the East River. That's
Do you think
so disgusting.
Spider-Man's stinky?
For sure. He's not. You see how
Absolutely.
this man lives? He's not washing that suit.
I agree with that. He's stinky.
He's stinky.
What a perfect throw. 3-point shot. Steph Curry. That was a Steph Curry shot.
Caitlin, what do you got?
I have the use of magnets, just how well that they get used, and I always love a good magnet use.
She's a magnet fan.
She's just a magnet girl.
They really attract me.
For mine, I have at one point Peter shoots a web at Doc Ock's eyes, but he has sunglasses on. But also, this move works.
Yeah. And he never thinks to take the glasses off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
I can't see. And I was like, they're on glasses. You've never had a more simple problem in your life.
Use science.
Use science. I'm going to give that one to me, though, for 4 points. I typed a $sign. 4 points for me. Our next one is I'm Walking Here. Caitlin, what do you got for it?
I have taking a train to a date because he is not walking here.
That's good.
But yeah, he's taking a train to Felicia's house.
Okay. All right.
Or
Ryan?
in New York. Or subway. Maybe it's a subway.
I have, once he gets to that compound, he's like, what is this, lawn the size of Central Park? There's other parks in the world, and yet all he can think of is Central Park. There's other parks.
There's other ones.
Why is he so focused on Central Park, you New Yorkian?
You bitch. Ryan, mine's the same because he made a couple comments there. He said lawn bigger than Central Park. And then once he gets inside the house, he's like, the whole Jets could practice in this living room.
That's
like,
New York.
Like,
That's
fuck
New York
off.
team.
Fuck off, bro. We get it. You're from New York. But Ryan, you got half of what I got. So I'm going to give you 4 points for that. There's a chance for some bonus points here because does anybody have any mystery notes? Anything that was confusing or we pieced it all together?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
I wrote down pee pee poo poo caca 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 pee pee poo poo.
That's a fake ass note. Minus 2 points for Ryan for
Whoa.
lying to me. Fuck off, bro. Fuck around and find out. Caitlin, all good? You're connected with Spider-Man. You know what he's about.
Yep.
She gets science. She gets magnets.
I would understand.
That is going to take us to the end of this then. I got 4 points this round. Caitlin, you got 5. And Ryan, despite your minus 2, you still got 8. You are still the winner for this round. Thanks for playing, though, friends. And thanks for podcasting with me. It's been a delight and a joy.
Oh my God, Cassie, thank you.
It's been an honor and a privilege to share the mic with you. If you can't tell, it's the end of this. We got to wrap this shit up.
Cassie, I just made this plate of finger sandwiches. Do you want any of them?
Now, what do you mean by finger
I
sandwiches?
made this plate of, like what you eat when you drink tea. Do you want some of my finger
He
sandwiches?
got a fucking rock and he took off each one of his fingers and he put it each in a sandwich.
Do you want some of them?
Fingers are for donkeys, and that's it. Don't want any of
You
these.
fucking hate donkeys?
No, I love donkeys.
Your fucking bumper sticker on your car that says fingers are for donkeys says otherwise.
And then-
I get a lot of questions about it, and I'm like,
It has
if you don't
Shrek
know-
on it though, so it's cool. Like,
Yeah, it either gets respect or people are like, the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, you gotta know. You gotta know. But I don't want to talk about donkeys or fingers anymore. I want to talk about websites. Caitlin, can you tell me about websites?
websites, popfilter.co.
Yep.
If you go on there, you should. There's some great things that you should look on there, like articles and all these episodes. And if you throw a /Amazon at the end of that, you should do all your Amazon shopping there. And a little bit of Bezos' money comes back to us. And we thank you. And it's fun. And thanks.
And reiterate it.
Thank you.
There's another show on the network. Ryan, the people are dying to know. What's the show about?
What?
Show. Network.
Dial F for Flanger.
Okay.
Episode 22 is about Women's World Cup football. And there's an update about LA, Los Angeles. That is a show that you should listen to this week. That is a show that is mostly about Australia and about women's soccer. And there is a special guest appearance by somebody who is called the LA Dude. He is not given a name. It's just the LA Dude, the Los Angeles Dude. He makes a guest appearance. He is a special character who lives in a jacuzzi full of cocaine.
Hell yeah.
And comes on and talks about the strike that's going on. So make sure that you listen to this week's Dial F for Flanger
It's already,
podcast.
I got it in my queue. I'm doing it.
Don't be an asshole.
I'm
You
not,
should
like,
listen to it.
I'm going to listen to it. But mainly because you were, like, staring me down and I got
Oh,
scared.
sorry.
I love Australians, so it's already in my queue.
I love soccer.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on.
So yeah, I was on that podcast this week, but
What?
also
Revealed.
Are you the LA dude?
What?
I'm the LA dude.
Oh my god.
But also, movie of the year is also going on. We're doing 1973 this week, and this week we released Robin Hood,
Wow.
a wonderful Disney movie.
You're late. You know, that's not how it goes. Jiddle-iddy.
Let her do this.
So, yeah, we're gonna wait this one out.
This is, I don't care how long this has to go on for.
Little John.
We're closer.
Little John and Robin Hood.
Nope.
Lost it.
We took a step back on that one.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Little.
John.
So yeah, Dial F for Flanger and movie of the year.
Two great shows. We also are on social media. Caitlin,
Yeah.
tell me about that social media.
Blue Ski. Pop filter.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Nope.
Are we doing that?
I don't know. It's out there. There's one thing on there. I don't know if we're actually doing it. There's one thing.
Is it about boogers and poop?
I don't think it is. So like, I don't even want to attach our
I
name
think it's
to
just
it.
Instagram.
Instagram, you should go there. Your pop filter, because that's where you should go. Your pop filter on Instagram. Get little sneak peeks on each episode, and there's pictures, there's audio, and there's words all combined into one fucking thing, and I love it.
One fucking thing.
Can we tell the audience that Caitlin is fucking cracked out right now?
I think it's coming across. I don't
Okay.
think we got it.
I really was trying to get in my Luffy mindset.
Yeah, she was like trying to connect.
Gum gum, Caitlin.
I gotta end this. We have an email. It's contact@popfilter.co.
Oh, what's up, Cassie? What's up next week?
Next week, you guys, it's our biggest episode, possibly the biggest one we'll ever do because it's our 500th episode.
Woo!
500 of these things, and to celebrate it, we're doing all emails. So we need your emails. You could send us if you have any questions about like comic books. Ryan knows how to read. He can answer those. Any questions about Ryan and how he washes his butt? He'll know that.
No, I mean, those are good examples. But like, if you have any questions about how we think the show should go, if you think that how we should microwave our underwear, man, I took over like this. Like, I thought that I could like.
It's
do
hard to
better
throw
than
out like
you.
examples.
Yeah. Caitlin, go.
Video game if it was a comic book and series.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. There's something there.
Yeah, there's enough words where now you have an email, write it. I just threw some
You
stuff.
threw it out there? No,
What
give me a
drug
fucked up
should
one.
the three of us do? If the three of us were drugs, what would they be?
What drug would make us normal? If you're a doctor, go ahead and drop that in an email. We'd love
That's a
that.
good one. I like that
We'd love that from you guys.
one. Diagnosis.
If you think you can diagnose our trauma as well, go for it. I give you permission. See what we're about.
Do you want to be my daddy? Email us.
If you
Applications
want feet
open.
pics, email Caitlin.
Woo! Contact at popfilter.co.
As you can see, all emails are welcome. All goes for the 500th episode. It's a
Hold
huge.
on. If you want to bang Caitlin out,
No.
I didn't say that.
what did Caitlin say?
I want a daddy.
Okay, I feel like we're saying the same thing. But if Caitlin needs a daddy, send it to the main pop filter.
the main one.
Yeah.
Not Caitlin's personal.
No, I
email?
can't throw that out there.
Nuh-uh.
There's our agent knows what to do. We told them our intern, our intern who's checking the emails. We told them if there's any feet related things to direct them towards Caitlin.
All right.
We've got a whole system down on how to make this work. Contact at popfilter.co. Send them our way next week. That's what we're doing. I already covered it. 500 episodes. Let's go, guys. That is it for Mike. I'm Ryan. For Ryan, I'm Mike. For Caitlin, I'm me. And for me, I am me. Bye, everyone.